in my clinic practice, the outlook is very different as compared to in the hospital when I'm meeting someone who's facing that decision head on. In my clinic practice, it's a lot more about anticipation of something. And so we get to discuss over a period of time, months, maybe even years, about what balance of risk, what balance of regret, what balance of sacrifice. Sometimes people are willing, that they can understand about themselves. What are they able to tolerate, and what are they able to really not live with very easily? And sometimes it comes down to that, actually. Like, what kind of person are you, independent of what this decision looks like? What do you know to be true about yourself in terms of those calculations of risk, of sacrifice, of uncertainty, those pieces? And I think that is a fascinating aspect to me that makes clinic stuff very different from hospital stuff, because there's just the time factor is so different. And in terms of trying to help families with the specifics of what's happening in that moment, I feel very privileged to be able to, in those clinic situations, have that longer relationship with people, to be able to bring things to the surface that often don't rise up in those really critical conversations. Because in the critical conversation, you can't see more than what's just right in front of you. It's terrifying. There's so much stress and anxiety and often sleeplessness compounding everything else. But if we have that relationship built, or that ability over time to be able to say, you know, these are the good days that I remember us talking about, of saying, what are those key ingredients on good days that we were able to get smiles, we were able to get, you know, some handholds or some interactions that showed us that things were meaningful. Do you think we can still get those with the technology that's being offered here? If so, maybe that's the thing that we should go forward with. And let's still use that as the barometer after we put this thing in place to say that we've either done the right thing or it needs to change. If we're not getting those key ingredients that we said were the foundation of having those good days, those meaningful days, then we're not doing the right thing by this child. And so we need to not brush any of that under the rug. And we need to continue to kind of rely on that as the foundation of how we are accounting for this technology. Not just, is it working? Does it work in our home? You know, do we have the caregivers for it? And is it keeping the child alive? It's actually more about those good days. How are we getting the good days? Are we having enough of them? Are they being outweighed by the bad days? Where's that metric, that balance?
Do you, I love the good days framework. Do you talk to parents early on? Like, what is a good day for you? What do you think a good day would be like literally the good day language? Do you use that?
Yeah, it's all wrapped up in the concrete stuff of good days now, right? People can report on what they're doing. And often when they do report, it's fascinating. They report on the medicalization that happens on good days. It's that they got vest treatments. It's that the feed ran smoothly. It's that these things happen. And we say, yes, those are all super important to helping your day go smooth. How do you see that translate into the child's body? What does that get them? Does that get them the ability to go outside? Does that get them the ability to watch their favorite movie? Does that get them the ability to be alert and awake with you? What does that medical stuff translate into? And then it moves into some of those hopes about how do you hope that stuff translates or continues to translate into the future, developmental, possibilities, ability to participate in therapies that will get them then stronger, that will get them then able to do X or Y. So yes, it's a lot of concrete discussion about what's happening now. And then in those sequential clinic visits, I can also check in on where that balance was. You said we were having this many good days last time around. What do you see this time around? Has that changed? Is it the same? Is it really up and down from one month to the next? And that can help us inform then what the future months might look like if it seems like we're having a pattern, a backslide, upward progress, things like this.